What do you think you're doing sending me this invitation to your wedding? What is it that you want with me this time?
Oh, shut up. All that is a wedding invitation from your cute little sister saying you're invited to her wedding. Are you not even going to tell me congratulations or something before trying to yell at me?
Of course I won't, because you were going to marry the man that you stole from me. You have no right to be asking for my congrats after doing that. If you were going to be marrying anyone besides Joshua, then I might be fine with at least saying good job to you or something, but I just don't understand why you took my man and are now getting married to him.
To be honest, I'm also pretty surprised about all of this. I just stole him to have a little fun with, yet instead he started to fall for me so quickly that I couldn't control the situation anymore. And the ring he proposed to me with had this amazingly huge diamond on it, so I had no other choice but to say yes. And so after that, things took off towards our wedding.
I'm sorry about this, but I'm not going to be attending that wedding of yours. And so, I plan to say not coming to that wedding invitation you sent.
And that is perfectly okay. I never really wanted you showing up to my wedding either, so this is perfect. I only sent you that invitation because I felt the need to with you being family and all, but...
Well, then this is great for us both. I'll let the family and mom and dad know that I can't come due to work or some other business that I might have then.
Well, that sounds just like a thing a winning sister would say. You'd never want our parents to know a thing about what had really gone on between us, right?
Well, actually, I'd really love to tell them all about everything, but in doing that, nothing will be fixed. And if anything, it will just create way more drama. So, this has nothing to do with me trying to help your guys' image at all.
Okay. Then use whatever lie you want to get out of joining the wedding.
It's so amazing that we'll have yet another thing that will bring us even closer together, huh, Miss Brooklyn? I'm so looking forward to their wedding coming soon. Oh, that's another thing. I know this has to be happening, but are you planning to give a wonderful musical performance at the wedding?
You think that I'd want to perform there?
Well, I heard from my son that you are planning to go and play the piano for them all night. Just thinking about how well you could play all of the songs there on your own makes me all giddy inside. Well, I have to ask this then. If I asked you to play the piano for my son and your sister, would you do it? I'll even pay you, of course.
I'm really sorry, Allie, and I'm really thankful for you bringing this question to me, but I don't plan to attend those two's wedding. And so with that, I won't be able to perform there.
Oh my, why not? This is your little sister's wedding, yet you don't plan on coming? Oh, doesn't that seem a bit strange to you? Because it does to me.
Well, there are a few things that are holding me back.
But this will be her only wedding. And didn't you say that you have a man of your own? So I'm sure he wants to go to see the wedding as well. Also, the wedding will be pretty quick, so you should have enough time to come in and celebrate. If you're not even planning to come for them, at least come for me.
Eh?
Oh, and of course you should bring your man along with you. I bet if you have your boyfriend there with you watching the romance unfold, that might drive him to finally marry you. I'll let my son know to have your boyfriend join us as well and to have a seat placed for him.
I'm very thankful that you want me there, but... Well, actually, my boyfriend is already planning on being at the wedding.
Huh? Well, if he's already planning on going, does that mean he's a friend of my son or something?
Well, you could say that, but to be straightforward, he's the main man of the night.
Huh? The main man?
I'm so very sorry, Allie. To be very honest, that man that I have been dating was actually your son, Joshua. But just a few days ago, we had broken up, and now he's going to be marrying my little sister.
My piano teacher had been dating my son? Hold on a minute. What do you mean? Because I thought that my son had been dating your little sister for the past 3 years now.
Well, about him anymore. And I have no desire to get back together with him, so could you please shut up about all that already?
I know that you don't want to admit to it, but you just showing up here unannounced like this is more than enough evidence to show you still do care. I bet you are so upset over the fact that you lost this impressive man that graduated from a top university in America. And Joshua is far ahead of any other coworkers he has, so he'll be making hundreds of thousands in no time. So there's no way you—
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Of course, Joshua's parents and ours asked me to stay after a performance like that, but I had to tell them that I had no other business being there.
Brooklyn? I just have to ask this to make sure, but you made sure not to tell Allie about what happened between the three of us, right? You, me, and Joshua?
Can you be a little more specific about what you mean by what happened between the three of us? Are you talking about the time that my little sister stole my boyfriend and then married him after they had broken up? The story about how I had dated him for 3 years, but when you met his parents, you told them that you'd been with him for 3 years? And with that, you're talking about how you hid what had really happened from his mom and dad?
Yes, all of that! All of it! So I'm asking, did you make sure not to tell her anything about all of that?
Oh, my bad. I told her everything.
What? You have to be joking right now. When you say everything, do you really mean that?
Well, before I had gone and told her anything, she had no clue about me and Joshua being a thing at one point, and all she was focused on was your guys' wedding. So, on the day that she texted me asking if you were really my younger sister, well, I had to let her know the true story about us. And boy, was she surprised, but so was I.
Why? I tried my hardest, and so did you, to keep all this a secret from everyone. So why did you ruin all of that by telling my mother-in-law about this?
Trying to play dumb all the time starts to really tire one out, and we've known each other for 5 years now, so it's about time we started to talk about one another's private lives without holding back. I didn't really show her any proof that we were a thing, but she seemed to believe every word of it. And now it looks like this may have ruined her original thoughts about how amazing her son was to her. It's funny that this all started the moment she asked me to bring my boyfriend to the wedding, and I just had to tell her the truth.
This isn't funny, Brooklyn. All of this was supposed to stay a secret, and even if you are good friends with the person you want to tell it to. I went so long making sure not a single person knew about any of this, but now it's gotten out, and the fact that the first person to know had to be my new mother-in-law.
Well, my number one job as a teacher is to never lie to my students. To me, my students are like very important customers to me, and so I will never try to play dumb when I am asked to be serious with them. So please stop acting like being a liar like you is so easy for everyone.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I was always treated so well by Allie, but what's going to happen between us now? Now that she knows that I stole Joshua from you? But hold on. I bet that Allie knows about me trying to keep this all a secret as well then, too.
That's right, because it was months ago that we had this conversation, and never once did she tell you afterwards that she learned everything about you.
Why would she let me come all this way, even letting me marry her son if she knew about all of this? Does this mean that even after learning about me, she hasn't come to hate me? Well, maybe she doesn't really care about me stealing Joshua from you and is totally fine with me. So that's the reason that she still performed that beautiful performance with you? She must still want me and her son to be a part of her family after all, right?
I have no clue about what her true intentions are.
Really?
Well, Veronica, did you understand the meaning of the song we played today? The piece was Dies Irae from Mozart, and it's got a pretty deep meaning to it.
Huh?
Out of all the pieces she could have chosen, this was the one she was dead set on. She told me that she wanted both of us to play this song as a way of showing everyone our true feelings about you both. So, for the past 2 months, we've been practicing that piece pretty much every day to make sure that it was perfect for you guys.
Isn't that the song about facing...
He and Veronica packed up whatever they could and moved far away, somewhere distant and quiet where no one knew their names or what they'd done. At first, it sounded like a clean slate, a fresh start, but it didn't take long for things to unravel. Joshua managed to land another job quickly, but the reality didn't come close to the dream he had sold Veronica. There were no six-figure paychecks, no big promotions waiting in the wings, just an average salary that barely kept up with the cost of their new life. The difference between what he had promised and what he had delivered hung in the air between them like a fog neither could escape. And now that they lived in a place where nobody recognized them, no family to check in, no friends to keep them grounded, the stress of anonymity started eating away at Joshua. Being just another face in a crowd didn't sit well with him. It was like the absence of attention made him restless. He began slipping out late at night, claiming it was for work meetings or errands, but it was clear to everyone paying attention what he was really up to. He was going out to chase after other women again, like he used to back when things first started falling apart. He comes home later and later now, always tired, always with some new excuse. Most of the money he earns never makes it back to their shared account. Instead, he spends it on dinners, drinks, and little gifts for the women he entertains behind Veronica's back. And she knows. Of course she knows. She may not say anything, but she sees the change in him. She sees the way the money vanishes, the way he avoids eye contact, the smell of perfume that isn't hers. But what can she do? They're in a place where nobody knows them. There's no one around who would take her side or even care. So she keeps quiet. She sits in the dark with her thoughts and cries alone, trying to stretch every dollar she can save in secret. Maybe she's hoping she'll have enough to leave someday. Or maybe she's just trying to survive 1 week at a time. Meanwhile, things have taken a turn for me too, though in a much different way. All of Allie's friends, the ones she introduced me to before everything happened, started reaching out. One by one, they asked if I could teach them piano. And before I knew it, my schedule was packed. Every hour of every day is spoken for, and honestly, I'm grateful. I'm so busy that I don't even have the time to sit and wonder where my sister ran off to. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Ashlyn, why are you still living in my family's house?
What's that kind of question all about?
Starting today, I'll be living at my parents' house again.
What? I never heard anything about how you'd be coming back here to stay with all of us. Well, I did hear something, but that was about you coming next month for a little bit. What happened to that?
Well, I have all this time on my hands right now, so I was thinking I might come sooner than planned. And when I told my mom I'd be coming, she said that you were still living in their house with them, and I was shocked. So you and my brother are still living in that house, together with my parents?
Yeah, and the plan was to continue living with both your parents for the long run. And, well, we had heard about how you planned to come back here to have your baby. But we never heard anything about how you were planning on coming back today now. I don't think the room or anything else is ready for you quite yet.
To be honest with you, I assumed you were no longer in that house, Ashlyn. But now it seems like things haven't changed at all, and that's just pitiful.
Huh? Pitiful? What do you mean by that? I get that your room isn't prepared for you to come yet, but that's all due to you coming a month before we had planned. So why do you have to say things are pitiful because of me? I had nothing to do with that.
You saying that you have nothing to do with it is not all right, Ashlyn. Are you really that irresponsible? I've already had a look at my room, and it looks like you've all just thrown all your things in there and left it like a warehouse.
Well, nobody has been living in there for a long time, so we didn't want to let the room go to waste. We also all thought that you wouldn't be home until next month, so there haven't been any preparations made for you yet.
For some reason, it seems that all of you aren't as excited about me coming home as I first thought. What is with that attitude from you, Ashlyn? Would you stop acting like I'm not a part of this family, please? If anything, I have more of a right to this house than you or my brother do.
I'm not trying to play things off as though you're not important or not wanted here. I'm just letting you know why your room isn't ready yet, and that's all.
Is that right? Well, there was no avoiding this one, right? You must be so jealous of me.
Jealous of you? What are you going on about now?
You are infertile, right, Jamie?
What?
I'm aware that you are jealous of me because you can't have a baby of your own due to you being infertile. But just because you're a half-baked woman doesn't mean you can keep hating on me, okay? I'm oh so sorry that I was able to get pregnant this easily, right in front of your eyes.
Nobody ever said I was jealous of you for getting pregnant, Lexi. If anything, you saying something like that to me is kind of hurtful. I have actually been quite happy about hearing that you are going to have a baby soon and wanted to congratulate you on that.
Oh, that's just loads of crap. You hate the fact that I'm pregnant and you're not, and that's why this house is all turned upside down.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I feel like you've gone a little bit off the rails here and are just making things up about the situation.
I'm not making anything up about you in the house, as it's all right on the mark, right? But this is pretty scary. Having to live in the same house as someone like you.
Scary? What about me is so terrifying for you?
You are infertile, making you unable to bear a child, and that's made you all the more jealous of me and my baby, right? Right now, I don't feel like I can relax and live in the house well enough. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you think you can leave the house for me?
What? What are you actually talking about right now?
What's so bad about me asking something like that? I only want you gone for as long as it takes for me to have my baby and then leave this house after. Just go find some place for the next couple of months and stay there while I enjoy my time living and relaxing with my parents.
Could you please not recommend something like that to me? I don't even have any bad intentions with you. So please stop thinking that I'm so jealous of you and let's just get on with us helping you move back in. Both Chris and I have no plans of leaving this house, so you're just going to have to live with that fact and learn to settle in with the rest of us here.
I don't really care about Jack having to leave the house or not. I'm only asking that you be the one to get out of the house.
You're only going to be back for a little bit to have some rest before having your baby, and you want me to leave the house during that time frame? I feel as though I'm the only one here getting shafted by your plan.
Well, it's my family's house after all. I have every right to move back into that place whenever I'd like and choose who I want to stay and who I want gone.
I am very well aware that this place is your family's home. But that kind of idea you have about your right to this place is way too self-centered.
Well, whatever. We can talk more about this when we're all at the house. I'll help you understand just the kind of place you have in this family.
My place in this family? I'm not going to be taught my position in this family by someone like you, Lexi, okay?
Are you well aware of your place in the family now?
What the hell were you thinking, Lexi? You just hit me in the face and then kicked me out of that house.
I've gone out for a bit, and before I come back, I want you to gather all your things and get out of that house. I don't even want to see your face anymore, so make it happen quickly. I am the one wanting to be back home relaxing before I give birth to my parents' grandbaby. However, all you're doing is just living there rent-free with nothing to offer them, you parasite. You have no right to be in the house.
But you have zero right using violence as a way of trying to get me to leave.
An old infertile woman like you is a pretty scary thing to have around a pregnant woman like me.
I get it now. You can't help yourself but make fun of me all the time, and that's why things like this have started. Calling me horrible names and even assaulting me like that inside the house. You're going to regret what you've done to me. I can see that the both of us living in the house together is never going to work out now.
And that's why I just told you what has to happen. You have to leave the house because I have no desire to live in it with you. If something were to happen to me, what would I do? I'm the one carrying the most important thing to this family right now. I get that you can't have a baby, but don't you dare start taking out that stress of not being a good enough woman on me.
I have never wanted to take out any kind of stress on you. I'd really like you to stop using my infertility as the basis for all your claims about me, okay? Hitting me because of your misunderstandings of me. That's not okay, Lexi.
I'm just afraid of you since a woman with pent-up jealousy over me having my baby could do anything to hurt me or the baby when they're born. You are really causing me a lot of fear and stress, so you're gonna have to go.
I think you're better off having that baby with nobody around you.
Huh? If you're going to say something as heartless as that to me, I might just have to tell both Chris and my mom about it.
You can say whatever you'd like, but I'm your mother.
Huh? Mom?
I never thought that my own daughter would be talking to her sister-in-law that way. But I guess I really messed up raising you into someone that thinks things like that are okay.
Hold on a minute. Mom? You have a total misunderstanding of things. Were you the one that just said that to me? That I should have my baby with nobody else around? That's not very kind or motherly of you to say, okay? What's gotten into you? Are you sure that Ashlyn isn't saying things to you right now that's gone and made you think that I'm the bad guy here?
All she's done is show me all the messages you both have been sending back and forth and nothing else. I am, so disappointed in you, Lexi.
You're disappointed in me? Don't be so mean, Mom.
You're no longer going to be staying here while you get ready to have your baby.
What?
I want you to stay away from this house for the rest of your pregnancy and have that baby somewhere else. And I'm sure the only reason you've come here a month before we had all planned is because something went wrong between you and your husband. Well, you have no right taking out your frustrations on someone like Ashlyn, all right?
I wasn't taking out any frustrations on her, Mom.
I'm sure you had no clue about this before coming back here, but Ashlyn has been a huge help in maintaining the financial support of this home. Your dad and I are really thankful for what she's been doing to help us.
What? Ashlyn has been helping you guys financially? Does she really make that much money on her own?
She sure does, but that's not the problem here, Lexi. The problem with you that's really gone and upset me today is the fact that you acted like this towards Jamie, all because she can't have a baby herself. Well, I'm not going to ever forgive your actions over some poor excuse like that. You definitely don't know this, but back when I was around your age, I had been very worried myself about being infertile or not.
Huh? You were, Mom? But you still ended up having both Chris and I, right?
And that was after I went through some procedures to help with my infertility. I had been married to your dad for a total of 10 years, and during that whole time, we never had any kids.
Now that you mention it, you might have hinted at some of that story a while back. Sorry, but I forgot all about that crap.
I was very thankful that after all the work that had to be put into me, I was able to have the two of you. But having to see that my own daughter is going to use infertility as the basis for acting like a complete jerk to someone else, it's heartbreaking, Lexi. I never expected that you'd be the kind of girl to do this to another woman. I'm not only heartbroken, but in complete shock right now. I'm going to toss all of your things out right now.
What? Mom? What do you mean you're going to toss all my things out right now? Tell me, don't you think you're taking things way over the top by doing that to me?
I'm the one taking things over the top? What are you talking about, Lexi? If you find that you don't like the sound of that, then you get your butt back here right now and get all your things and leave at once. And I want you to go up to Ashlyn and apologize to her for both talking to her like a complete jerk and for hitting her in the face.
What? Please, just hold on a minute, Mom. You know that I'm really close to having my baby now, right?
You have another 2 months or so, right?
I know that, but that's only a couple more months. If I'm kicked out of my own parents' house now, what am I going to do about myself and the baby? I was really excited to finally be home where you could take care of me all day and I could just sit around and enjoy my life.
Stop trying to make yourself look like the one that deserves any pampering. I am tossing your things out of the house right now.
Hold your horses! You would never actually throw out a pregnant woman's things, right? I'm on my way back to the house right now, so please take some time to calm down and we can talk all that over again.
Your mom has already gone ahead and started throwing out all your things. Lexi, you really did a great job getting yourself kicked out of the house.
Huh? Is this you again, Ashlyn? What the hell have you gotten my mom to believe all of a sudden? It is all because of you making her have a huge misunderstanding that she wants me to stay away from her house.
And it's totally fair for her to want you out of her house, right?
Huh? What the hell does that all mean? You're only starting to piss me off even more now by talking to me like that.
Say what you'd like. I never told your mom anything to make her act this way. It all happened just as your mom said. She only had to look at my phone where all the messages between you and I were displayed, and that's what set her off. Besides, you both talking down to me for being infertile and also hitting me in the face as a way of teaching me something is not what your mom finds appropriate. No mom would find that all right, actually.
Oh, come on now, Ashlyn. I just wanted to come home and get rid of the parasite that's been living in my parents' house. I didn't think my mom would get upset at me for trying to help her and Dad out. Honestly, the fact that you're even still living in that house with her after all these years is a complete disaster for me.
I'm not living here because I wanted a place to lay back and make your parents work for me. I'm here because I needed to be here living with them. I understand that as of right now, I don't have any kids of my own. But I've been making up for that by working my butt off all day at work and have been using that money to help your parents in this house. Last year, Chris went without a job for a little while, and during that whole time, I had to pretty much support everyone in this house.
Huh? He didn't have a job?
And just like I thought, nobody told you about that. I mean, it shouldn't really matter that you know about that little fact or not right now, since it's not going to change your behavior or anything.
What are you trying to say?
Last year, your brother's company that he was working for went under, and for a little bit, he had been unemployed. But even when that happened, I stepped up my game and worked even harder in order to support everyone in the house. I was allowed to live in your parents' house after all with them, so I already knew I had to work for their sake. But when he lost his job, it only added to the amount of work I needed to put in.
I never knew things like that were happening. But you're right to have never told me about that, because it has nothing to do with me anyway. You're bringing up a bunch of things I never even knew about before, so how do you think that's going to help with this situation now?
I just find it hilarious, while also sad that, while you never knew a thing about what's been going on with your family here, you tried coming home unannounced to us, and then became violent with me when I was only trying to state some facts about your room. All I can think of you as now is some kind of violent and easily angered child. Luckily, I'll probably never have to deal with you again after today. I hope you do well giving birth to your baby. I'm going now.
What are you talking about? Are you just going to let me be kicked out of the house?
Excuse me?
Ashlyn, it's your fault that my mom is mad at me. You go and get her to stop acting like a monster and let me stay in the house again. How am I supposed to handle myself all on my own if I'm forced to leave?
Weren't you just the one that hit me in the face and told me to get out of your house a little bit ago? I can see that you totally forgot about that little fact. Seriously, Lexi, what are you trying to get at now by saying something as selfish as what you've just said? Your mom has already lost all the respect she had for you as her daughter, and I don't think you're going to get her to change her mind on wanting you gone. In my case even, I don't want you living here with me anymore either, because I'm afraid you might try and assault me again. And just to make sure that you don't try and get any sort of revenge for what's happening to you, I'm going to call the police and tell them what you did to me.
Huh? You're going to call the police? Why are you taking things way out of proportion here?
I think that it's well within my rights to tell the police about you hitting me like that. You literally assaulted me by doing that.
Assaulted you? Oh, you are being way too overdramatic about all that. I was just giving you a little slap on the face, was all to let you know I was being serious about wanting you out of the house.
I'm sure that someone like you who has trouble controlling their emotions would never be able to understand the kind of damage you just caused. But if you'd like to know just the kind of damage you did to me, you knocked out one of my teeth.
Really?
It was that hard of a slap?
It wasn't even a slap. You had your fist balled up and hit me hard enough to both knock out a tooth and cut up the inside of my mouth.
Well, I never thought it'd cause that kind of damage. And what do you mean I can't control my emotions? That's expected from someone who's pregnant with a child.
Let me be clear about this, Lexi. What you done to me today was completely uncalled for. And I think it's time you stopped using your pregnancy as an excuse for everything, because the police are sure not going to listen to that. I'm really not sure what happened with you and your husband that made you start going crazy, but no matter what it was, you are not allowed back into this house.
Hold on for just one moment, Ashlyn. I've been having a really tough time lately. My husband has been claiming that the baby I'm carrying isn't his own, and so he kicked me out of the house for supposedly cheating on him. That's why I actually left the house before he told me to get out in order to hopefully get him to simmer down a little. But if you guys kick me out of the house, then where else will I be able to run to?
I don't care.
What?
If you really hadn't been cheating on him, then you wouldn't have been running away, right? And honestly, I don't care about what happened over at your house with your husband. I'm only worried about how you assaulted me and knocked out a tooth of mine. I think by this point, you'd be best off cutting all that crap and handing yourself in to either your husband or to the police. Now, good luck with all that. I can't wait to learn how all your actions bite you in the butt here soon. In the end, Lexi's mom never did forgive her for what she'd done to me, not because she was being cruel, but because the betrayal ran too deep. There are some wounds that don't just fade over time, especially when they affect the people you love. And in this case, Lexi didn't just hurt me, she hurt her entire family. Her lies, her actions, and the way she went about everything left a trail of destruction that couldn't be ignored. And it wasn't just one mistake. It was a series of choices that showed her mom exactly who Lexi had become. After everything blew up, her mom made one last attempt to understand what was going on, not by asking Lexi. She already knew her daughter would twist the truth. But by going to Lydia's husband herself, she needed to hear it from someone who had no reason to lie. Someone directly involved, but with nothing left to protect. The conversation wasn't long, but it didn't need to be. He told her plainly that he was filing for divorce. He had already started the paperwork and had no plans of turning back. The damage had been done, and for him, there was no way to rebuild anything with Lexi. The betrayal had been too much to take, too public, too messy, and far too personal. That was all Lexi's mom needed to hear. It was the final confirmation that everything she feared was true. The affair, the deception, the pregnancy, it had all been real. And more than that, it had all been avoidable. What crushed her mom the most was the knowledge that this could have gone a completely different way if Lexi had just come clean from the start, if she had moved in with honesty instead of manipulation, if she had been transparent about her situation. Her mother would have stood by her. She would have helped raise the baby. She would have supported Lexi through every step of that difficult journey, no matter who the father was. But instead, Lexi chose selfishness. She treated everyone like they were obstacles, problems to be solved or pushed aside. She weaponized her pregnancy, using it for sympathy, for leverage, as if the people around her were nothing more than emotional ATMs. She didn't care who got hurt in the process. Not me, not her family, not even the child she was bringing into the world. So, when her mom finally told her to leave, it wasn't said in anger, it was said in finality. She told Lexi to pack up her things and go. No room for argument, no more excuses. She was officially done. Lexi was kicked out of her parents' house, her belongings shoved into boxes and bags, and told she wasn't welcome to return. She didn't cry, or if she did, no one stayed to see it. She left quietly, and the door shut behind her like the last nail in the coffin of whatever relationship she had left with her family. And none of us stopped her. We didn't run after her. We didn't ask her to stay or give her one more chance. The time for second chances was long gone. We had watched her cause too much pain, too much division. And at some point, enough is just enough. You can't keep saving someone who doesn't want to stop destroying everything around them. I don't know what she's doing now. I've heard she's trying to stay with a friend of a friend, but nothing stable. And I honestly think that's for the best. She needs to sit with the reality of everything she lost. The comfort of a warm house. The steady support of a loving family. The opportunity to raise her baby in a healthy environment. All of that vanished the moment she chose lies over truth. Monica, I just heard about you from your dad. You're going to be able to come back home today, right?
And so what? It's my family's house, so I can go there whenever I please. And I don't need your guys' permission to be able to live there for a while, right?
Well, if you're just coming over to say hi for a bit, then I won't say a thing. But for some reason, I think the reason you're coming is to get more money? Your dad's already been through enough at this point, so can you please give it up already?
The one that's been going through enough has been me. Ever since you guys started living with my dad, nothing has been a problem for you all. And perhaps that's the reason I haven't been getting any money from him.
Well, maybe it has to do with the fact that you're old enough now to be supporting yourself. So please stop coming over here and trying to get more money out of him. You've already gotten a lot from him, so you should be good now, right?
Huh? That has nothing to do with what's happening now, though. I'm getting close to having to pay off my debt, and it's because of you two that my dad hasn't come around to giving me any money yet. If I'm not able to pay off my debts because of you two getting in the way, what am I going to do?
You're in debt? Have you been borrowing money or something again? Weren't you able to pay off all your debts last time with the help of your dad?
Well, I happen to take out even more money. You should know that once you've paid off one debt, you're bound to make another. If I don't borrow money, I'll never be able to afford the things I love.
That isn't a good enough reason to be going that far into debt all the time, though. By taking out money all the time like that, you're creating more problems than if you just lived without everything you wanted to have. Are you not worried about how this affects everyone else?
You just keep going on, don't you? The money that I borrow has nothing to do with you, Jasmine, so stop talking to me like you're my dad or something.
Well, if it has nothing to do with me, then it shouldn't with your dad, right? So this time, pay it all off yourself.
Huh? I'm the daughter of my dad, and when it comes to his daughter getting into debt, that also becomes his debt. Stop acting like it has nothing to do with him, would you? So stupid.
I don't think that's how it works, though. Even if you are related to each other as father and daughter, you are old enough now where your problems should be handled by you.
Then why are you both taking care of my dad while he's gotten old? If his problems have nothing to do with others in the family, then he should be able to handle himself, right? Or can he not do that anymore?
What's going on with you and what's going on with him are two different things. And when it comes to the care that your dad is receiving, he is paying for it all by himself. So, just like the adult he is, he's making sure to handle his own problems with the tools he has.
What the heck? I never knew that he was paying for all that. Well, if he has that much money to be throwing around, then that means you and my brother are practically living there for free. That is disgusting of you guys.
Well, the only money that he's handing out right now is that of which is paying for him to be taken care of. Paying for the house nurse to come check on him and paying for the travel to the hospital when he needs to go. But to make sure that he's financially okay, Tony is in charge of his dad's checkbook. When it comes to him and I, though, your dad doesn't give us anything. We make sure to pay for the house and everything ourselves.
You say that, but I'm sure you're just staying quiet and using his money secretly. You and Tony are some sneaky rats. You say you're living there for Dad's sake, but I know you're both just in it for the money.
You're very much wrong about that. Now stop trying to make either one of us look bad.
Ugh, you both have it so easy. By living with him, you can just buy whatever you want without having to worry about money. I want some of that money as well.
But I told you it's not like that here. Now, would you stop acting like a child?
Say whatever you want about yourselves, but I know that you're both lying. Ugh. Well, if it's going to be like that, I wonder if Dad could just kick the can sooner rather than later for me. If that were to happen now, I'd be able to get whatever money comes out of him.
I don't care how vile of a person you are. You cannot say something like that about your own dad. If he heard you say that, he'd be beyond upset with you.
Well, it's on him for not giving his cute daughter any more money. That must mean he's not fit to be my father anymore. But if he doesn't want to give me anything, that's fine. But his death will be what he gets for doing this to me.
For the time being, will you stop thinking about trying to take his money? Neither Tony or I nor your dad are in the mood to talk about things like that with you today, so zip it!
All right. I'll try and do my best to keep quiet. Hey, Jasmine, did you know about that?
Know about what? What are you talking about right now?
You know exactly what I'm asking about right now. Why am I not going to be getting any of my dad's inheritance?
What the heck are you talking about, Michelle? I'm sorry, but I've heard nothing about your dad's will or anything like that. So what exactly do you mean by saying you're not going to get any of his inheritance?
It's in his will. I was just in his room and I found it. And written in it is him saying that all of his properties will be given to Tony.
Hold on just a moment. When you say you were in your dad's room looking around, does that mean right now?
I just told you that I found it, so of course I'm in here right now.
But right now, Tony, your dad and I are all out of that house and nobody's there, right? So you went in there without asking any of us?
And what does it matter that I let myself in? Right now, we need to talk about the will. I want to know what the hell is going on here.
It does matter that you let yourself in, though. No matter whether you think it's okay or not to walk into your parents' house, if they didn't say you could, then that is breaking and entering. And not only that, but you've rummaged through his room. Even if we're your family, there are limits to what you can do around us.
Oh, stop being such a little prick. I came to get some money and nobody was here, so I had no other choice at that point.
And so, in other words, you're saying you came to the house to get more of Dad's money? That's not acceptable.
But I told you that it doesn't matter now. The problem right now is that I am not written anywhere in his will. You're with my dad right now, aren't you? Where are all of you?
We're at the hospital. Ever since this morning, your dad's health has gone far downhill. We even tried to give you a few calls, right?
You called me? I never remember seeing that.
We called you at least 4 times. But you never decided to pick up the phone or give us a call back, so we all went in without you. Right now, your dad is in really bad shape. And we are starting to think that it's his time.
Huh? But if that happens, I'll be in trouble. If he's planning on dying, have him take this will and fix it so that my name's in here too.
I don't think this is the time to be asking for something like that from him. Right now, he's with Tony getting a few tests run on him. But we are well aware that things could not end well for your dad.
And that's why you need to tell that bag that before things get worse, he needs to fix his will. Where's the hospital you're at? I'm going to come there right away, so tell me.
I don't feel like telling you.
Huh? You're not even related to us by blood, so what do you think you're doing by saying that? This is not the time to be keeping me away from my dad and brother.
But if you come here, all you'll care about is money and that will, right? Even though he's too weak right now to listen to you. If you start talking to him about all of that, he might just die because of you.
I don't care about any of that. Now, stop pestering me and tell me where the hospital is right now. If you don't let me get there before he passes away, what am I going to do?
Understood. I'll tell you the location of the hospital, but you better come quick. But when you get here, I don't want you saying a word about wanting money and all that crap.
Why are you trying to call me so much right now? Aren't you supposed to be pretty busy right now?
Don't ask me that like you don't already know why I'm calling now. I want to ask you where you might have run off to. Right now, we are in the middle of the funeral and you're not here.
I'm sorry. I had some things that I needed to attend to.
And you're telling me that there are things you have to do more important than being at your dad's funeral? There should be nothing besides this funeral that you have to attend to right now.
Well, that depends on the person, right? Also, I never actually thought that my dad would kick the can that early. The fact that he was already dead by the time I got to the hospital was a real letdown. I was never able to get him to correct his will for me, so I have some things to take care of now.
I remember you talking about that, but at this point, that doesn't need to matter to you. All you need to be thinking about is your dad and his funeral, so hurry up and get back here. All the rest of your family and friends are waiting for you to come back.
Nope, I'm not coming back now. I have a lot of things to work on now and things like that.
What are you even talking about? Hurry up and get back here right now!
No, thank you. At first, when you had called me, I started to panic a bit, but still seems that even after all this time, you haven't figured out what I'm up to.
What do you mean I haven't figured out what you're up to yet? What is going on with you?
I'm talking about my dad's checkbook and bank information, and both of those are in my hands right now.
Huh? His checkbook and bank information? You're talking about Dad's?
That's right, Dad's. Hey, I told you back then what was written in his will, right? I said that all his properties would go to Tony.
I do remember you saying that, but could this mean that by some chance you're actually planning to pull all his money out by yourself?
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing. And actually, I've already pulled all his money out. Everything in his bank account is now mine. Thank goodness I was able to get all of this out before his bank account was frozen.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Do you not even understand what can happen to you for doing something like that?
Nothing's going to happen to me, Jasmine. This is all happening within the family, so when you try and ask the police for help, they'll just say we have to deal with it as family business. And since I knew that he didn't have me in his will, I had to look into all this more.
Even if that could be the case, there is a line between doing good and doing bad, right? No matter how upset you are for not being in his will, what you've just done is a major crime.
Yeah, I get that it's difficult to be on the short end of the stick. And I understand how frustrating it must be to know that you won't be getting any of my dad's inheritance, but it's too late now to do anything.
Stop acting like a freaking idiot and give us all that money back now! Right now, we're already having to deal with the loss of your dad at his funeral. Are you not freaking embarrassed by what all you've done while the rest of your family is in mourning?
I just pulled out all his money, so I don't care if what I've done is embarrassing. And also, no matter what you all call me and say to me, it's too late. I'm going to make sure to use up all this money right now. And by the time you all find me, it'll once again be too late.
You're going to use up all that money soon? How are you going to be able to do that in such short time?
Do you not understand how much debt I have right now? I'll put most of this money into paying off all that debt, and then the rest will go into buying all the things that I've been wanting. And I even am making sure to buy things that I don't want now, but may want down the line. But most of this I've already prepared myself for because I knew this day would be coming. So you can say goodbye to all this money.
That's not the problem. I'm saying that what you're doing is very wrong.
Even if you can get the police to come find me, I haven't committed any crimes by doing this, so nothing about what I've done so far is wrong. If you understand me now, you and all the rest of the family can go back to watching the funeral and crying. I'll let you know when I've spent everything, okay? Bye-bye now! Hello, Jasmine. How are you doing? I just used up all the money, so I'm sure you're not doing too great.
Monica, you really had the nerve to never come back to your dad's funeral, huh? I'm sure your dad is really sad now.
My dad's dead now. He can't feel sad for anything if he's no longer around, you idiot. You think too much about dead people.
Maybe it's just because I had a deep relationship with your dad all these years, but he was never my real dad. However, for you, he was the man that worked with your mom to give birth to you and raised you. Aren't you at least a bit sad that he's no longer around?
Yes. Oh, I'm so sad. Anyway, I have something else to tell you. I made sure to use every last penny of my dad's inheritance. And there's nothing left now to hand to you and Tony. Bad luck this time.
I can't believe it. What the hell did you even think of your dad?
Shut the hell up, you dog. What does it matter now? He's already dead and 6 feet under, so we can stop worrying about him. But please tell me, has losing all the money that was meant for you guys made your heart stop? I'm sure you're pretty much dead inside as well now, right?
Well, when it comes to his money, I don't care. But just to entertain you, you ended up using it all, huh? You're in for one hell of a time now, Monica. You poor soul.
Huh? Why are you still trying to act all tough still? Have you gone off the deep end now that the money's all gone?
No, we'll be getting our money.
Wait, what are you even saying? Did I not tell you that it's all used up? Are you actually so shocked by this that you can't even understand my English?
Oh, I understood everything you told me. But the amount you ended up spending was only the amount he had in that one bank account, correct?
And that was all the money he had for me, right? There is no money for him to give anymore. I get that there's his house and stuff left over, but in terms of money, he's all out, right?
That money that you spent was the money he had saved for you. Your dad happened to have multiple bank accounts where he kept money for different purposes.
What are you talking about? In his will, it said everything would go to Tony, right? So there was no reason for him to have money saved up for me.
The will you found in his nightstand drawer was an old copy of his will. But when Tony found out that he wanted to give him everything, he turned him down. So your dad ended up making a new will and then had that one taken away with the lawyer he had.
Tony turned that down? Is that kid a freaking idiot or something as well?
He thought that if he got everything from your guys' dad, then you might try and fight him over it. And so, Tony thought it would be better to give you some things.
That's not what I expected, but... So you're saying that I didn't have to go through all of this for my part of his money? Well, that doesn't matter now, because the money I spent is all gone.
During the wedding, everyone was having a laugh about you. They were practically crying because of how amusing it was that you'd steal your own money. And now, because of that, you've brought a lot more trouble on yourself for no reason.
Huh? What? I was going to get that money anyway, so what other trouble could I have made for myself?
When it comes to the checkbook and bank information you took, those were supposed to be taken care of by Tony. And you ended up stealing those before the lawyer had legally granted you the money in your dad's account.
But this all has to do with business inside our family, so it doesn't really matter now, right? The police can't do a thing about this, right?
Whether or not the police can do anything about you, there is still the court system. And even if you only spent the amount that was supposed to go to you, there is the problem of you stealing something that wasn't yours. And right now, Tony is telling me he'll sue you for that.
Huh? Sue me? You have to be kidding me!
If you would have just let things be, then none of this would have to happen. I really do feel so sorry for you, Monica. Consider this your apology to your dad, so make sure you pay everything you'll owe to Tony. After that, Tony decided he had enough. He had spent years watching his sister Monica spiral further into deceit and manipulation, but this was the breaking point. When their father passed away, Tony had expected the situation to be difficult, perhaps a little tense, given the usual family dynamics, but he never imagined it would escalate to this level. Monica had always been difficult, but she'd crossed a line this time. The way she had gone about things, stealing the checkbook and the bank information from their dad's account, then taking every penny she could before it had even been legally transferred to her, was a betrayal that Tony couldn't ignore. The fact that she did all this behind his back, knowing full well it was wrong, only made it worse. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about trust, family, and respect. Tony was heartbroken. He couldn't believe that his sister, the same person who had grown up beside him, sharing the same memories, the same values, had become someone capable of this kind of manipulation. She had no problem taking advantage of their father's vulnerability, and he couldn't allow that to stand. Tony knew he had to take action. It wasn't just about the money. He had to send a message that this kind of behavior would not be tolerated. Not in their family, and certainly not at the expense of their father's legacy. The court case was inevitable. Monica didn't seem to think that her actions would have serious repercussions. She acted as if it was all just a matter of convenience for her, that the money was hers to take, simply because she was the one closest to their father in the final months of his life. But what she failed to understand was that her actions were far from innocent. She had stolen from a man who could no longer defend himself, from a family that had already been through enough hardship. That's when Tony made his move. He took his sister to court, and he wasn't going to let her get away with it. The legal proceedings were tense. The courtroom, a place Tony had never thought he would have to visit for something like this, was now the setting for the most personal battle of his life. Monica's defense was weak, almost laughable. She tried to claim that she had only taken the money out of the account to take care of things until the estate could be properly settled. But Tony's attorney had all the evidence they needed. They had traced the withdrawals, and it was clear she had drained the account long before the legalities were in place for her to do so. It wasn't just negligence, it was theft. It was calculated, planned, and executed with no regard for the consequences. When the verdict came down, Monica's face paled. Tony could see it, the weight of her actions finally sinking in. The judge ordered that Monica pay Tony a significant settlement. The amount was far more than she could have ever expected. Not only was she required to pay back every penny she had stolen from their father's account, but she was also held responsible for the emotional distress, the trouble, and the legal fees that came from the ordeal. The settlement was large, almost overwhelmingly so, and Tony could see the fear in her eyes as the implications of the decision started to hit her. Monica wasn't just losing money, she was losing the ability to live the life she had hoped to maintain. The money that she had thought would set her up for a future of comfort and security was now going to be used to pay for her own mistakes. The settlement was structured in such a way that it would be almost impossible for her to recover financially anytime soon. And the worst part, the sum wasn't even as much as she had hoped to inherit from their father. The amount she had been expecting from his estate had been far less than the settlement, and with the interest on her debt, she was left with nothing but a mountain of bills and a tarnished reputation. Tony knew that Monica's financial troubles were just the beginning. She had always been someone who thought the world owed her something, but now the world was coming to collect. As much as he wanted to feel vindicated, he couldn't help but feel a sense of sorrow for what his sister had become. She had brought this upon herself, yes, but the fact that she was now suffering was a reflection of how deep her greed and desperation had taken root. She had made choices, and now those choices were coming back to haunt her. The settlement was one thing, but the fallout in the family was another. Monica had always been the type to cause trouble and stir up drama. But this time, it felt different. She had crossed a line that she couldn't uncross, and Tony knew that there was no going back from this. The relationship, whatever semblance of it had remained, was now officially shattered. The trust between them was gone, and he couldn't see a way forward where they could rebuild what had been lost. Monica had made her bed, and now she was forced to lie in it. Tony thought about their father, about the kind of man he had been. He had always tried to teach them both the importance of integrity, of doing what was right even when it was hard. Monica had once believed in those lessons, but somewhere along the way, she had abandoned them. Tony couldn't help but feel disappointed in her. She had taken the easy path, the path of greed and self-interest, and now she was paying the price. As for Monica, she didn't seem to understand the full gravity of her situation. She was still focused on the money, on the idea that if she could just pay off the settlement, maybe things would go back to normal. But things weren't going to go back to normal. She had burned too many bridges, not just with Tony, but with everyone who had once trusted her. The damage she had done to her relationship with their father, even in death, was irreversible. There was no taking back what she had done. And as much as she may have wanted to pretend everything was fine, the truth was plain for everyone to see. Tony, however, wasn't done yet. He couldn't just let her off the hook, not after everything she had done. There were so many people she had wronged. So many relationships she had broken. His goal wasn't just to make her pay financially. He wanted her to understand the full extent of her actions. He needed her to see that this wasn't just about the money. It was about the damage she had caused to their family, the hurt she had inflicted on their mother, and the disrespect she had shown to everyone who had ever cared for her. Tony wasn't seeking vengeance. What he wanted was for Monica to take responsibility, for her to realize that the pain she had caused was far greater than any amount of money she could ever steal. And so, as Monica struggled with the overwhelming debt and the repercussions of her actions, Tony's hope was that someday she would reflect on everything she had done, acknowledge the hurt she had caused, and, most importantly, apologize to those she had wronged. The settlement was a painful lesson, but in the end, it was one that had to be learned. If nothing else, Tony hoped that Monica's future would be shaped by this experience, that it would force her to confront her flaws and, perhaps, to change. Whether she would truly change, only time would tell.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.